Dan.
Kenny, what was different about this group in the second half tonight compared to the first half?
Well, the starters got off to a great start in the beginning of that third quarter. And then it was that end of third quarter lineup that we had out there that they kind of broke the game open. You know, it was all our bench guys pretty much. So that was kind of the two stints where we got our separation.
How rare is it for a player with the experience level of Jalen to be able to play with the composure level that he's able to play with?
I'm just, like I said, I'm blown away. I mean, I've said this before, it really comes down to the front office that identified the player. And now he's been put in a situation where he's got to create some. And you don't really know until you have it in your hands and you see it. But, at Cal, he was that player. I think our front office identified that. And Kobe and Mike and those guys were telling me, like, this guy can create. But he was down in the pecking order. But now that he's moved up, it's great. It bodes really well for our future if we can get a 6'7", 6'8" wing, kind of secondary playmaker.
Yeah.
Kenny, we've talked a lot about Naquan Tomlin's raw talents on the basketball court, but the way he's been able to grow as a defender, you can put him on Luka and LeBron at different points tonight. What have you seen most when it comes to his development on that end of the floor?
Ethan, it's a great observation because I was kind of hesitant because he's so young and he's green and you put him on those guys and they're so smart. But now I think we all feel confident that he can guard without fouling, right? Remember Summer League, he had like 9 fouls in like 3 minutes, and that's hard. Like sometimes that takes a long time. So the fact that he's learned to be so active and so disruptive without fouling, it makes me more comfortable putting him on those big time players. And it wasn't that way, even 10 games ago I was like, nah, we're not doing that. Put him on a kind of role player. But another guy, we found, like, this guy's 6'10". I don't know what his wingspan is. He's everywhere. He starts making threes. We're gonna have a hell of a player on our hands.
5th win in a row. You guys are now at 29-20. You're going on this road trip. You've been growing defensively as a group, holding teams to below 100 points. What are you liking the most taking into what this next stretch is?
Well, like we did it without Evan, right? Like tonight, without your defensive player of the year, you always wonder. But again, I think we're doing it as a group. I think the young guys, again, they're making less mistakes, becoming more solid. Even Jalen, LeBron, he took the challenge, right? And he's picking them up and he's hounding them and harassing them and it's a great thing about young players. They have no fear. I think that's really helped us. Obviously, J.A. being at the rim. But they're a superb offensive team. I think they're top 5, right? So, but I thought we imposed our will physically. Like I thought, kind of the 50-50 balls, the rebounds, we kind of got to them first. I think that was a big key too.
Mark.
I know there's 82 of these coaches. You try not to get too high or too low after any individual result, but considering the opponent, considering the national TV stage, considering LeBron being back, considering the people you guys didn't have, would you say this is a statement win tonight?
I wouldn't call it a statement win, but I agree with you. I think they're wins that are that feel better, that are more important, and you think about our fans too, right? Like this is you got LeBron here, and it's the Lakers, and all that. I think that's important. I'd say the last thing, like going into this road trip, kind of like what we talked about. Man, you don't want to go into this tough road trip with a loss. So this, hopefully gives us, breathe some more confidence into our group, and we can, it gives us a little cushion, right? I think we're 9 games above now. We're not, maybe chasing it as much. Hopefully that bodes well for this road trip.
Joe.
Kenny, how good was it to see DeAndre kind of have?
Oh yeah, great. I should have mentioned him right off the bat. Yeah, that was a Dre. That was Dre last season. That was exactly him, scoring in isolation, switching on strong offensive players and stopping them. Man, we got to get him going. It's like priority, high priority for our coaching staff. He's too good to be playing like he's been playing, but it was good. Sometimes you have a game like this, big stage, it can get you headed in the right direction.
And I know everybody mentions, you're 9 games over 500 now on this nice little run. With the East still kind of as compact as it is, do you start focusing on trying to get into that top 4 position, or is it still too early?
I think it's still too early. I think we just gotta, I'm not even looking at the people ahead of us. Like, how can we keep stacking them? How can we keep playing good basketball and improving? I do like our trajectory is going this way, right? And that was, we're an improving ball club, and that's important. And we just kind of want to continue that trend. Who knows where the East goes? I mean, I look, Toronto. There's so many teams playing well. There's so much parity, but we just got to kind of focus on our process right now.
Spence.
They started off trying to get behind your guys' defense. I think it was 16-6 in favor of them to start in the paint, and ended up flipping 60-48. How did that advantage kind of change?
I think they were in the 94th percentile for rim attempts in the first half, and that started in transition, and that's on. We should have done a better job, really, quite honestly, like warning our team that they're that team that leaks out after the contest. So I think that's a little bit on us as coaches. I don't know if we were prepared enough for that. And then in the Luka pick and roll, I thought we were just too spread, right? And he's throwing the lob and he's getting to the rim, and we just decided, the adjustment at halftime, we're just going to pack the paint. They hit some threes. They're going to hit some threes, and I think we completely switched. The rim attempt numbers. I think they got to the rim like 4 or 5 times only in the second half.
And then secondly, Dean, I look at his stat sheet. He's playing 18 minutes, but still 11 points, 5 boards. Just timely threes too, as well, from the corner, and the defense that always comes with it. Just to have that kind of efficiency from a player as low usage as that, like how important is it?
Man, he is. He's not undervalued in the Cavs organization, I'll tell you that. We know how how important he is, and when he makes threes, I feel like, man, we're like, we're really rolling. Like, it's hard to stop us because you get the defense and the rebounding with him on the other end, and then the guy never turns it over, right? So he's like the quintessential like role player. Who's a great defensive player. I think when he's in that starting lineup, we're pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's gonna wrap for Coach.
All right, thanks everybody. All right.
Jalen to the podium.
Single or double?